Today's special music will be presented by me. No. Good afternoon. Welcome to the third annual Innovation Celebration. I'm Rob Griffith, and I'll again be hosting this year's event. Before we begin, I'd like to make a few announcements. Please be advised that we have a full interactive program that requires your participation. This year, there will be one scheduled break to give you an opportunity to stretch your legs. Then later in the program, you will vote for the Game Changer grant winners. You only need to choose one method to participate today, text or web. And we're also recording attendance this way, so let's take care of that right now. Please take out your phone and text OTC EDU to 22333. That's OTC EDU to 22333. Shortly after, you will receive a reply indicating you have joined our session. Next, simply text your OTC email address to be recorded. And that's it. You will use this same text thread later to cast your votes for Game Changer grant winners later on in the program. If you're unable to text, just open a separate window on your computer and go to pollev.com/OTCEDU. On this page, the first thing you'll see is a box to record your OTC email address. Once you've done that, the page can remain open and questions will populate at the appropriate time as the program continues. Should anyone experience an issue that's preventing you from being recorded, please contact your supervisor after the program and just make sure they know you're present. Now, on to the show.
30 years ago, while others were thinking small, an educational gap in the Ozarks was widening, but we were thinking big. In 1991, in a grand experiment, OTC opens its doors to 1,198 students. They are the non-traditional, the ones who wouldn't have otherwise gone to college, and they become our first success stories. The very existence of the college demonstrates that the lifeblood of innovation is the freedom to experiment. And to go where there are no guidebooks and write our own, we think big. Creativity, ambition, and smart use of new technology. In 2004, that's how we created opportunities for students from anywhere in the world with the establishment of OTC Online. Our innovative spirit turned the old idea of what was possible for our students on its head. It requires us to embrace change, and sometimes there's uncertainty with change, but we think big anyway. 2008, our students are living in a world that's more uncertain, more complex than ever before. OTC establishes middle college and offers an academic pathway for students who are struggling with the limitations of traditional high school. Unleashing our creativity paid dividends for them. Every time, it starts with one person's idea, and every idea has the potential to become big. So, we continue to experiment, putting students first. When we saw students struggling to succeed in developmental education, we got creative. We designed guided self-placement, a data-driven approach that removed unnecessary barriers and placed control of their education back in their hands. If our students are to thrive in an evolving world where opportunities and challenges compete for their attention, it's essential that we create space for innovation at every level. In 2020, we thought even bigger. If the lifeblood of innovation is indeed the freedom to experiment, the Innovation Celebration is the lab, ready to test new hypotheses. It's where big ideas can get funded, but most importantly, it's where they are shared. Who among us will be the next to carry out our tradition of innovation? How many student success stories become possible because you chose not to think small, but to think big?
For me, the Innovation Celebration is an encouraging reminder of how many deeply caring and creative people I have the honor of working with. Sometimes, in the middle of a busy semester, it can seem like my job is an endless series of emails and community meetings. The Innovation Celebration reminds me, however, that we're here to serve students, and we do that best when we combine creativity and caring. And in fact, this day is really just a celebration of your hard work and creativity on behalf of students, all year long. So let's begin with a round of applause for all of you. Now, please help me welcome your Provost, Dr. Tracy McGrady, to the stage for our opening address.
Good afternoon. When I welcomed the full-time faculty back last month, I acknowledged the tough times we are living in, and I'm not just talking about the pandemic. As I told them then, we are living in a toxic environment. There is so much negativity and so much division in our culture right now, and I think in many ways, sadly, people have stopped seeing one another as human. We are all just tired. So when I thought about what I wanted to say to welcome you to today's Innovation Celebration, I thought about celebrating innovation with the way our lives are right now. Let's face it, on top of everything else we're dealing with, talking about doing something new and different is just that much more exhausting. Like ducks on a pond, we are paddling furiously under the water just to stay afloat. Innovation feels like just one more thing on our plates. But that's not a very celebratory message, is it? Fortunately, inspiration wasn't hard to find. I went back and looked at past year's winners, and I realized something. Maybe the innovation in all of this is that while the whole world seems to be falling in on itself, we have people at OTC who have maintained hope. That's pretty special, and that's different. In thinking about that optimism and that enthusiasm, I thought of this guy. I know I've got some fellow Ted Lasso fans out there, but if you haven't watched it yet, get your Apple TV subscription fired up and do so. But for those of you who are not yet fans of the show, here's a quick overview. Ted Lasso is an American football coach who is hired to coach a struggling British soccer team despite having no experience. Ted is exceedingly good and kind, eternally optimistic in the midst of some pretty heavy negativity and chock full of folksy wisdom. It is impossible not to like him. In the first episode, when Ted arrives in England and is greeted by the disgruntled players of the AFC Richmond soccer team, he makes this simple sign and places it above the door of the locker room. This is Ted's way of encouraging his team to believe in their ability, believe in their potential, and believe that they can win. It sounds about like our message to students, doesn't it? As Ted says, I believe in hope. I believe in believe. As I reflect on our past year's Innovation Celebration winners, I am struck by these people who didn't let challenges stand in their way of believing in hope. They saw problems, they saw a need, and rather than let the crush of their current workload get them down or the challenges overtake them, they went on to put forward ways of making OTC better. Just to remind you of a few of the projects that we funded: an outdoor classroom for students, a way to showcase our academic programs through student work, a farm-to-table project, a support initiative for previously incarcerated students, a Canvas IT support station, and a legal clinic for students. And this is just a very small sample. That's big, and that's us. That's OTC. No matter the tremendous challenges we have faced over the last few years, we haven't lost our innovative spirit. We haven't lost our hope and our optimism. We haven't lost our belief and believe. I've been proud to be an OTC Eagle for the last 20 years, but I've never been prouder than right now. So let's have fun this afternoon, and let's celebrate us and our innovative spirit. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. McGrady. Now it's time to get to the awards. Dr. McGrady makes it evident that there is so much to celebrate here, and we plan to do that today in 3 parts: awarding the new Game Changer grants, announcing the Trailblazer Award winners, and the awarding of the 2022 Student Success Mini Grants. Today we are awarding 3 more Student Success Mini Grants at $1,000 each. The purpose of these funds is to encourage innovation at all levels of the college and to empower our collective vision of student success with the tools needed to achieve it. Please welcome Ms. Callie Holden to the stage to present our winners.
Good afternoon, everyone. Since 2018, OTC has awarded Student Success Mini-Grants to departments with innovative approaches to meeting their goals and better serving students. Time and again, these grants have shown that sometimes it takes just a little funding to make a lot happen. In the past few years, we have seen winners design new tools to help students navigate the digital technology, such as the Center for Academic Innovation's IT Guide, created during the height of the pandemic. Other mini-grant winners have been able to provide critical services where students need them the most, such as student services offices, student mobile success stations located in high-traffic areas all around campus. Time and again, the recipients of mini-grants have reimagined how we support our students. While we have only started talking about the 4 pillars of OTC Cares this year, mini-grant recipients have been showing us the impact they can have on students for many years. These awardees anticipate the needs of students and develop innovative approaches to addressing them. They also show that no matter where we are in the institution, we all can make an impact on student success. Now we would like to recognize the innovative ideas that have been selected for this year's awards. Our first mini-grant goes to Pan Porter, who is awarded a Student Success Mini-Grant for Growth Through Gaming. This project supports Strategic Initiative 1 by providing a campus environment that fosters student life and improves student experiences. Growth Through Gaming will enhance student spaces at the OTC Table Rock campus by purchasing board games for students to play while they're waiting for class, hanging out with their friends, or unwinding after a long day. The second mini-grant goes to Sadie Newman for the project A Workshop for Veterans, Developing Good Habits for Academic and Professional Spaces. This project is also in support of Strategic Initiative 1. It will support veteran students by hosting workshops and connecting them with mentors. This project aims to provide student veterans with tools needed to succeed throughout their academic journey. And our third mini-grant this year goes to Sarah Fancher for the project Expand the Library Audiobook Collection. This project will promote student learning as part of Goal 2 of Strategic Initiative 1. By adding high-interest fiction and nonfiction titles to the audiobook collection, this project hopes to build on an already popular media and engage students throughout the OTC system. We want to thank everyone who took time to apply for a mini-grant this year, and would everyone please help me in congratulating our mini-grant winners as you see them in the next few weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Holden. Congratulations to our winners. Pan has promised me that the board games will include Giant Connect 4. So if anybody wants to take me on at Giant Connect 4, name your day and time. Thanks to everyone also who had an idea and applied for a Student Success Mini-Grant. Now it's time to move on to the interactive portion of the event, beginning with the 2022 Game Changer Grants. In support of the college's strategic plan, OTC is awarding 3 $10,000 grants today. We have received original and inventive grant proposals from several areas of the college that leverage innovation to improve college operations. After the reviewing and scoring of the application, Strategic Planning Council has agreed on the most outstanding finalists. These proposals will be presented to you today, and you will decide which 3 will be funded. Each group will have 5 minutes to pitch their idea and convince you to vote for the project. And in the interest of staying on schedule, time limits will be enforced by yours truly. I'm taking it serious. Voting will take place using the text thread or web page you previously used to record your attendance. And we'll talk more about that after we see the presentations. Right now, let's find out who's on the ballot. First up to present their big idea is Ms. Oki Haas and Ms. Marissa Stewart-Kane, whose proposal titled OTC Connect aims to implement a new employee connection program to increase employee engagement.
Good afternoon. Look back with me to your first day at OTC. If you could think back to that first day or even first few months and how you felt, you'll admit that even though you were excited, that maybe you felt a bit uncertain or nervous on that first day. You may have wondered how you would be received by others and how you would adjust to a new place of work. You might have felt alone or isolated at times, not knowing anyone. On the other hand, if you had a friend or someone you knew already here, you would have felt much more comfortable and confident knowing that you could call on that friend if you had any questions or didn't understand something. It could have made your first day at work or new hire experience at OTC considerably different. Our innovation project is called OTC Connect. This consists of establishing a mentoring program for new staff employees and hosting connecting events designed to make the new employee experience to be meaningful and engaging on their first year. This is similar to the new faculty mentoring program already in place. Based on our exit interview data, OTC employees have consistently ranked coworkers and meaningful work as top 2 items they enjoyed most about working at OTC. Gallup, a national research group's 50-plus years of conducting employee engagement surveys, have found that when an employee felt that they have close relationship at work, that was one of the key factors that caused their engagement to be very high. They found that when an employee felt they had a close relationship or best friend at work, they were 43% more likely to say their work was valued, 37% more likely to be encouraged to grow and develop, 35% more likely to be committed to quality work, 27% more likely to believe their work was important to the company's mission, and 21% more likely to say that they have the opportunity to do what they do best every day at work. We all long for connection in our lives, and we spend majority of our days at work. So having a close connection with people we work with is not only important, it is essential to making our work life meaningful. OTC Connect is about promoting those vital connections that can lead to close and collaborative relationships at work to enhance employee engagement.
With the implementation of OTC Connect, we hope to create a more effective onboarding program for new employees that will help enrich their knowledge of OTC and its student-centered culture. Additionally, we hope to provide opportunities for employees to build relationships among their coworkers that will increase engagement and, in turn, lead to better student outcomes. Encouraging and cultivating positive relationships among employees will increase satisfaction and retention. The goal of OTC Connect is to establish a mentoring program for new staff hires that will help introduce employees to the climate and culture of OTC. By creating a more effective and meaningful onboarding process, we hope to provide opportunities for employees to collaborate and build relationships by hosting connecting events. The goal is to create a positive environment that will improve recruitment, retention, and the overall success of our new employees. Should we be selected, we will use the grant dollars to host connecting events each quarter for new hire cohorts and 2 semi-annual events with mentors and other college leaders. We will fund mentors to meet with mentees for lunch or coffee during their initial meetings as they set objectives for their engagement, and to put together a welcome gift bag for our new hires. These are all designed to increase our new employee engagement and experience at OTC in their first year, and to provide opportunities for building mutually enriching work relationships.
For long-term sustainability, the HR department will assess and demonstrate that OTC Connect is a project that will add value to OTC and our employees. This project aligns with OTC Care culture in promoting faculty and staff engagement that leads to student success. With the support of OTC leadership, HR will budget OTC Connect initiatives to continue so we can sustain the program for years to come. Thank you for listening to our proposal. A huge thanks to Rob Rector, Vice Chancellor for Administrative Services, for his support of this project. And remember, vote for OTC Connect. Thank you.
Thank you, OTC Connect team. In the interest of fairness, I should note that I gave them an extra 18 seconds. But they seem nice, and they're in charge of HR, so I didn't feel like I had a lot of moves there. Next up, please welcome Miss Vicki McDonald to the stage to present her proposal, which is titled The Eagle's Nest. Vicki?
Good afternoon. Thank you. I am Vicki McDonald, the Director of Student Engagement, and my project is a proposal to renovate a student lounge. First, I want to say thank you to the committee for allowing me to present today, and also a thank you to Dr. Barrett, who has graciously mentored me and supported my ideas. I would also like to thank Blaine Radford and David Hale, who helped me tremendously with planning and creating the rendering. And of course, a big thank you to Raymond Wade, who informed me that there is an easier way to get carpet dimensions that does not require counting the squares. Community. The Eagle's Nest is a project designed with students in mind. The space would provide new soft seating, charging stations, and vending machines. The space would provide a much-needed additional location to gather and relax in between classes. Once the space is given the facelift, the space could also serve as a hub for student organization meetings, as well as other student engagement initiatives. The implementation process would involve collaborating with the College Director of Project Management and approved college vendors to update the space. Construction would be limited, as improvements to the space would be more cosmetic in nature, and we would be investing in interaction. We have space to do this on campus. Yes, we do. This space already exists on the Springfield campus in the Information Commons East building on the first floor. Located between our Human Resources offices and our Disability Support Services, this area tends to be underutilized and mostly foot traffic. We would not have to build the space, just the cosmetic facelift. Easy. This project directly aligns with the Strategic Initiative 1, Goal 2, provide a campus environment that promotes student learning and success in goal attainment. The key deliverable to this is to increase student life and engagement opportunities at every location, tailored to meet student needs. While this proposal is designed for the Springfield campus, it can pave the way for other locations to mimic this effort. In addition, the Eagle's Nest will not need to be staffed and can be used by any OTC student as long as the building is open. This benefits our students. In each survey that we send out to our students, there is an overwhelming response, requests for space to study and connect with their peers. Colleges across the nation have student spaces that have proven successful. This area will be designed to incorporate student input. OTC has already begun this effort with the new outdoor plaza. The Eagle's Nest would be a continuation of the endeavor to put students first by providing opportunities for student life. You're probably thinking, what space is she talking about? Well, here it is. Does it ring a bell? Just to bring you a reminder, here are a few pictures that I captured of what it looks like on a typical day. The current space is not designed to foster and promote students interacting or engaging. You can clearly see this happening in the pictures. This is not what students desire when needing space outside of the classroom. In the student life survey, some students mentioned they hang out in their cars while not in class. We need to do better for that. Take a moment to visualize what it actually could look like. The proposed renovation is to space completely changes the atmosphere. The soft seating is more conducive to their learning needs, and the charging stations will allow them to power up. Those students look so happy in their new space, and it will allow them to be more successful outside of the classroom. Questions, I can answer those. The goal is simple, putting our students' needs in the community. Don't we have other lounges? We do, but none as great as this potential space. Seriously, this will be fantastic. How much will it cost? I am asking for the full $10,000 to cover the paint, the furniture, and a TV. I heard we can get new carpeting too as an added bonus. And is it sustainable? Absolutely. Regular maintenance is all we need. If I have not convinced you yet, I want you to meet my friend Marin. Marin says, my first year at OTC, I spent as little time on campus as possible. I did not feel there was enough space to just hang out. I had trouble making friends, and because of this, I had wished I had a place to go to make me feel more involved and invited. I believe creating a space for students to meet and make friends will make our campus more united and welcoming. Thank you. Together, we can bring the students to the student experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McDonald. Next up, we have Phil Forrester to the stage to present his proposal for an OTC jazz band. There's also a note, Phil, that says, "Follow your script, dummy," but I assume that's for you and not for me. So follow your script, Phil.
As a jazz musician, I tend to improvise more than I probably should. Yes, my name is Phil Forrester, and if you are not familiar with my face but familiar with my name, I am the one who shares the music on the OTC faculty Facebook page. If you think that guy is annoying and preachy, that's not me. That's a different Phil. So blame him. I would like to point out that, as Dr. Higdon pointed out back in December, OTC is a school of opportunities. And it doesn't matter if you're a nursing student or a music student. Having artistic, expressive opportunities at OTC is essential to the higher education goal that OTC strives for. And I think we are missing out on a huge opportunity. There are only 3 community colleges in the state with no instrumental music programs whatsoever. Crowder College in Neosho, North Central Missouri College in Trenton, and OTC right here in Springfield, in the 3rd largest metropolitan area in the state, and we have no instrumental music program here at OTC to speak of. And I think that is a giant missed opportunity, considering how we have the largest public school district in the state, considering how we're only 30 minutes away from one of the performing music venues, meccas of the Midwest. And when we think about OTC and what's coming, the PMC is going to provide an avenue for advanced cutting-edge technologies in manufacturing. Our new esports team is going to build a sense of esprit de corps and teamwork. I think that an OTC jazz band will also provide a wealth of opportunity for our current and future students to make OTC a holistic draw for all students. Now, the project itself would provide seed money for the purchase of large instruments for the jazz band. It's understood that most students will have a trumpet or a saxophone from their own music past, but things like baritone saxophone, things like a bass trombone, things like a drum set are what this project would actually fund. And this would be a 1 credit hour course for OTC, a transcripted course that students would be able to take with them as they leave OTC, whether they go into the workforce or whether they go further on in their education. Now, the project can't move forward without this seed money. Assuming that we have that we do get this seed money, I have already reached out to my colleagues here in the area that teach band. They've done informal surveys on my behalf to see what the student interest would be among their students for OTC, and it has already been positive as a recruitment tool. Now, the primary goal, of course, to increase recruitment for OTC, but primarily for the Fine Arts and Humanities Department, from all areas of OTC, from students who are coming to OTC for welding, for manufacturing, for nursing, for diesel mechanics. We want them to have that creative outlet. Our own student surveys have told us that about 21% of students on average are not satisfied with the extracurriculars, the clubs, the organizations that are available at OTC. And so 79% only are saying that they're satisfied with those. And while C's may get degrees, that's not good enough for me. I want more students to come back to us and say, we have enough. And so I feel like the jazz band would help to improve that opportunity. Providing live instrumental music at events like this one, for instance, next year, I also feel is something that's part of the educational endeavor that OTC should strive for, because the choir is great, but it can't do it by itself. And we can increase our motor corps offerings with a jazz band as an ensemble performing course. The question of sustainability, is it sustainable? Well, instruments are designed to last for decades. I still have my student horn that I bought back in 1996, and it still plays great. I can do small instrument repairs myself. We have great music institutions here that also do repairs and cleanings. And then the interest, is it going to stay something, the staying power of it? And I think our choirs have proven that the interest in music at OTC is going to continue. They have gotten bigger since 2014 when Alberta started heavily recruiting for the choirs, and I think our jazz band can show that same kind of growth. Now, I feel like this $10,000, I feel like starting this ensemble, I feel like offering this class is a real game changer for OTC, along with the other things that we've got coming down the pipeline. Plato, Einstein, these quotes that I have up here, they weren't musicians themselves, but they understood the value of music in the educational landscape. If you want to get involved, if you want to play, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Forrester. Next up, please welcome Mr. Kevin Lubering to the stage to present his proposal for enhanced lactation rooms. Mr. Lubering.
Well, hello everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to share my group's game changer proposal. I'm here to talk about what I know is already on the top of everyone's mind: lactation rooms. Federal law requires OTC to have lactation rooms for both our employees and our students at all of our locations. And I'll let you in on a secret. We do. We have lactation rooms at all of our locations. Now, while we do currently have rooms at all of our locations, we're OTC and we don't want to settle for simply meeting the requirements. Our group has come up with a great way to show how much OTC cares about both our students and our coworkers by enhancing our current existing lactation rooms to focus on our students and coworkers' health and comfort level. But now, really, why lactation rooms? Well, first, last year, OTC assisted over 150 different students who are pregnant and parenting. When we look at parents nationwide, only 33% attain any credential or degree within the first 6 years of their education. But over half of all mothers will be back at work or school within their first postpartum year. Now, how do lactation rooms fit into all of this? Well, nursing is known to cause fewer illnesses in both the mother and the child, and having a comfortable, private space enables parents to stay on campus to pump instead of feeling the need to go to a car, restroom, or even to their own home. Now, I can give you a lot more statistics and explain them, but I'll shorten it down to these two principles which they all point to. Parenthood is a barrier to education and employment. Lactation rooms help. But, like I said, what do we want to do? As I mentioned earlier, we have a lactation room at each location, but as you can see from this chart, not all lactation rooms are created equally. There's a lot of inconsistency system-wide. Most are converted office spaces with a normal office chair and desk to facilitate the experience. Only one has a sink, and only two have proper locking mechanisms. Signage is not unique to each location, making notice of the location look generic and uninformative, leading some parents to feel that their only resolution is to pump out in their car. If you look at our side, you can see that most of our locations have features that are perfectly fine, they're suitable, but some have features that can be easily updated, and some have features that are simply missing. Now, our initial solution was to take the grant and add a few zeros to the end of it and remodel each from the ground up. But we were told we couldn't do that. So instead, what we want to focus on is each individual location specifically. This means increased signage and marketing specific to each location's room. This means signage and materials for Republic, Waynesville, Richwood Valley, Table Rock, Lebanon, and Springfield. This means increasing the utility of each room by including a mini fridge and a portable sink to help wash their pumps. We want to make sure that each location is maximized for comfort and use by replacing old chairs with new ones, by adding additional side tables to help with the experience, by also implementing new locks to let each location be known as it's occupied. What we won't be doing is doing a dramatic overhaul, but instead what we want to do is focus on each one individually, specifically, and to address their needs. The expected cost? Well, you can see the cost right here. All these items can be found on Amazon. What we will be doing is working with each individual location specifically to assess what is needed and how we can best allocate funds given their uniqueness of the location and what it needs for its student body and its coworkers. Our goals? Well, our goals can be summed up in 3 words: awareness, accessibility, and utility. By focusing on these 3 factors, our short-term goal of increasing the use and satisfaction of the lactation rooms increases. Nationwide research has all pointed to the simple fact that the better the lactation room is, the more it is used. And the more that is used, the better the retention and health for both the student and the employees using them. Returning to work after having a child can be a difficult experience, and having a comfortable and secure space will ease that transition and allow our community to feel the support that we know that they deserve. In terms of sustainability, the great news is this project sustains itself. Lactation rooms are currently self-sufficient, and after we add these new amenities, their continual use will only require minimal oversight by the Title IX office. Now that I'm done mansplaining lactation rooms for everyone, I want to remind everyone what this is all really about. Our OTC babies. For only one vote today, you too can help feed an OTC baby. So please, latch on to this opportunity, because we all know that our OTC babies deserve the best.
Thank you, Mr. Lubering. Next up, please welcome Ms. Kirsten Binder to the stage to present her proposal to relaunch the Alumni Association. Kirsten?
Guess how many OTC employees are also alumni? Take a moment to think of a number. All right, have you got your number? What if I told you that there are 450 employees that are also OTC grads? That number is huge. Unfortunately, a lot of alumni slip through the cracks because there's limited outreach and opportunities for graduates to stay connected to the college. This is a significant issue because the college is losing out on potential donors and brand ambassadors. The launch of an official alumni association would help foster a community of alumni in support of OTC's mission and will also increase opportunities for meaningful engagement, in turn creating lifelong connections to the college and to one another. My idea for the Game Changer Grant is to create awareness and excitement toward an official alumni association. I propose that funds from the grant be used to purchase nice polo shirts bearing the OTC Alumni Association logo. These polos would be given to employee alumni to wear during the spring and fall picnics, commencement week, and throughout the school year, which would provide visibility and also anchor the association. Funds would also be used to purchase an event tent used as a welcoming space for returning graduates during the fall and spring picnics and other campus events. In addition to the polo shirts and tent, prizes such as gift cards, gift baskets, and electronics would be purchased and used in drawings to promote the Alumni Association. Last, funds from the grant would be used to obtain custom photo booth props to be used at commencement. So the combination of these efforts would help create greater awareness of and excitement for the Alumni Association. And within the plan, I have outlined 4 main objectives to help make the Alumni Association a success. First, it's important to establish relationships with graduates to keep them connected to the college. This begins when they are students and continues for the entirety of their educational journey and beyond. As a continuation, we need to engage alumni post-graduation in a personal and authentic way. Next, it's important to provide alumni with lifelong learning and networking opportunities. And finally, we can work with alumni to cultivate philanthropic commitment to OTC and have these graduates serve as brand ambassadors. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of cost. The largest cost incurred would be from the polo shirts with the Alumni Association logo, ringing in at about $7,000. Employee alumni can help create visibility and solidarity for the Alumni Association by wearing their polos during campus events. We want to try and create a welcoming and inclusive atmosphere for students transitioning into the Alumni Association, and this is a great way to improve awareness and foster those relationships. The next highest price would be from prizes. To amp up excitement for incoming alumni, money would be used to purchase prizes for drawings which would be open to all graduates who are transitioning into the Alumni Association. Another item of importance would be the event tent branded with the Alumni Association logo. Alumni would be invited back to campus and would have a welcoming space to interact with fellow graduates during events such as spring and fall picnics. Last, funds would be used to purchase custom photo booth props. These props would be used during commencement and would allow graduates to show their school pride and make memories, in turn, building additional hype and awareness. So let's take a look at the timeline for when the Alumni Association would roll out and funds would be used. My idea would kick off into gear as soon as funds are distributed. Polos would be ordered and dispersed to all employee alumni in time to be worn at the fall picnic. Moving forward, these polos could be worn at future campus events without incurring any additional cost. The event tent and photo booth props would also be a resource that would be reused for many occasions. The Game Changer grant would help jumpstart the Alumni Association and pave the way for future engagement. So, what exactly does future engagement look like? I have 3 different areas that this would target. First would be events, which would be invitations to the spring and fall picnics, the OTC Film Festival, theater and choir performances, and more. For perks, we are going to be partnering with Career Services to offer graduates valuable services such as cover letter and resume assistance, mock interviews, and career consultations. We will be collaborating with Career Services or Creative Services to offer professional headshots and are also working alongside the bookstore and Cafe 101 to offer a discount. For communications, the OTC Foundation will send out a specially curated newsletter each semester and will also engage in outreach on LinkedIn and social media channels. Tens of thousands of students have already graduated from OTC, and many more are coming. A student's relationship with the college shouldn't end at graduation. It should continue to build into the future. Now, more than ever, it's vital that we engage our alumni, create meaningful interactions, and foster lifelong connections. So, with that being said, I'd like to say, welcome to the Alumni Association.
Thank you, Ms. Bender. Next up, please welcome Mr. Daniel Oganyemi to the stage to present his proposal titled Manufacture Your Future.
Good afternoon. First, I did not dress like the Innovation Celebration colors on purpose. But I would like to introduce you to the Manufacture Our Future team, many of which are in the room. Danielle Wise, Jeff Jones, Kristen Bowers, Robert Randolph, Dr. Robin Gordon, and Jackie Harris. And so it's no secret to any of us that there is a workforce crisis. There's a workforce problem, and many companies are seeking new and innovative ways to recruit this growing workforce need with the lack of labor supply that's available. And so our project is designed to do specifically that in providing an innovative solution to recruiting to the workforce. At OTC, in the last 3 years, there have been 92 traditional and non-traditionally aged students go through to pursue a certificate or degree in manufacturing program. These would include things like mechatronics, precision machining, drafting and design, and welding. However, within these participants, there's been just over 40% completion rate. This project will create a pathway for students not only to complete their program, but to the workforce. Through this project, students will be provided equitable support in obtaining their educational and their workforce goals. What will the scope of this project look like? Well, first, we will work alongside our partners at Disability Support Services to target students that will fit this program. We will look towards supporting these students beginning in their first semester, which we know is a very critical time in supporting these students. We will then look to have continued guidance and support and mentorship as we help these students navigate their educational and career goals. As a committee, we have done a very diligent job in having manufacturing companies that are willing to commit to this project and a willingness to serve as an internship site for our students. As you can see, there are some of these companies listed here that are committed to innovation and recruiting a little bit differently. Strong reciprocal relationships with industry partners like these are a big part of what makes OTC such a vital part of our communities. Through the opening of what everybody's second favorite word in COVID, we've heard pivot, and now we've heard the Robert W. Plaster Center for Advanced Manufacturing. The college will continue to steward current and new relationships with manufacturing companies across the region. What we'll do is in the fall, these students will be paired with a mentor in the manufacturing industry, requiring them to meet or communicate with them periodically throughout the program. In addition to their coursework, these students will be provided additional resources and support throughout their first year to improve program completion from that 40%. Upon completion of the first semester of Manufacture Your Future and the activities that come alongside it, the students will receive $1,000 worth of scholarships. In the spring semester, the students will be placed in an internship with a local manufacturing company. These additional supports will continue to help build the students' confidence and connections in the manufacturing industry. Now, how will we sustain this project? Well, first of all those partners that I listed earlier will continue to be a huge part of the program moving forward. The OTC Foundation, for an example, will help secure scholarships on behalf of these students to continue to pursue their pathway. We will also look at expanding the number of students that we're able to serve through a program like this, as well as the programs that we would offer to the students as career aspirations continue. This also meets some OTC strategic initiatives through things like eliminating barriers for our students, meeting industry and community demands as the community's college. Please help us as we support all of our students in manufacturing their future. Thank you.
Let's give a big round of applause to all our presenters today. Thank you. And also a big thanks to each of you who wrote a Game Changer grant proposal. Even if you weren't a finalist, I want to acknowledge that that means you cared enough about your job to do a little something extra on behalf of students. So I'm grateful. Now, let's get to the voting, shall we? Please take out your phones or open the designated web page. Remember, you only need to choose one method to participate today, text or online. If you're texting, just open up the message you sent previously and text A, B, C, D, E, or F to vote for your favorite. A for OTC Connect by Miss Oki Haas and her team. B for the Eagle's Nest by Miss Vicki McDonald. C for OTC Jazz Band by Mr. Phil Forrester. D for Enhanced Lactation Room by Mr. Kevin Lubering. E for Alumni Association Kickoff by Miss Kirsten Binder. And F for Manufacture Your Future by Mr. Daniel Oganyemi. If you're using the online platform, go back to that window and you'll be prompted to vote. All you'll need to do is select which proposal you like best and click Submit to record your vote. The Game Changer grants will be awarded at the end of the program. While you cast your votes, we'll take a short break. Please take some time to stretch your legs, get a snack, and use the restroom. We'll keep voting open during this time. Be back to your screens in 10 minutes for the announcement of the Trailblazer Award winners. Thank you. welcome back to the 2022 Innovation Celebration. I trust each of you took advantage of the break and are ready for the second half of our program. We'll begin with one of my favorite parts, the Trailblazer Awards. This year we received dozens of Trailblazer nominations. Each nominee is worthy of our recognition and praise for their contributions to our students, community, and institution. Strategic Planning Council reviewed the nominations and put forth a slate of 10 faculty candidates and 10 staff candidates for your consideration for a Trailblazer Award. Last month, the votes were tallied, and now it's time to find out who came on top. I invite Ms. Danelle Maxwell to the stage to present the first Trailblazer Award. Ms. Maxwell?
I am honored to present a Trailblazer Award to an individual who is known for having a huge heart for serving others. He has been quietly blazing a trail for many years through setting the example of a culture of care for our students and community. This individual is recognized by his students as an excellent instructor, but it's the impact out of the classroom that really sets him apart. He constantly works behind the scenes to connect struggling students with resources to make them successful. From arranging free eye exams with optometrists to providing scholarships for free personal protective equipment, this instructor has a heart for helping his students and community. He is often found assisting students that are not enrolled in his class sections to better help them hone their craft. He works to build relationships with the students, knows their goals and career plans, and works to help them succeed by connecting them with related employment opportunities. This instructor also supports OTC alumni and former students. He has a once a student, always a student mentality, and has helped countless alumni land a job promotion by inviting them back to campus and coaching them on next level skills. He is also always willing to lend a hand to the OTC campus community and can often be found staying late to repair a broken item for maintenance or other colleagues. He is deeply connected with the local community and has recently revived the OTC student chapter of the American Welding Society, organizing industry tours as a co-curricular activity for his students. He is also a champion of community service, supporting a large number of causes from the Breast Cancer Foundation of the Ozarks to 4-H and FFA youth organizations, as well as serving in leadership positions for the National Skills USA organization and as a past president of the Missouri Trade and Technical Association. If you've ever spent time with this instructor, you quickly realize that he is considered a friend to many and always has a story to tell. He has such a huge network that he knows someone wherever he goes, even beyond Missouri's borders. Please join me in congratulating the first 2022 Faculty Trailblazer Award winner, Jim Bridwell, welding technology instructor.
Congratulations, Mr. Bridwell, and thank you, Danelle, for nominating him. Next, I invite Mr. Rob Flatness to the stage to present our next Trailblazer Award.
It is with great honor that I get to present this Trailblazer Award to a young lady whom I have known since she was a freshman in high school, but I won't let it slip as to how long ago that was. There we go. Stay there. At that time, she was a shy and quiet kid living in town and found her way to the Willard Agriculture Department and to the FFA. She competed at the state and national level all 4 years in high school and showed livestock across the nation. It is always a great moment when a teacher finds out that a student wants to follow in their footsteps, and Don Hankins and I could not have been prouder. After more than a decade as a high school agriculture instructor and FFA advisor, she found her way to the OTC family, and she continues to make me proud. As an agriculture instructor and farm manager, she has helped to take our agriculture department to the next level. From breaking ice in the stock tanks in below zero temperatures to birthing lambs in the rain, then guiding students through raising mums, growing poinsettias, and a greenhouse full of spring flowers and vegetables, and then working with the finance office to develop an online cashless plant sale during COVID that has laid the foundation for how we now operate all of our sales. She is a magnificent instructor and mentor to our students. As a teaching partner, she had great big shoes to fill. But, as I said before, I couldn't be prouder. This Trailblazer Award goes to Heather Eberlin.
Congratulations. Did anybody else think for just a minute maybe the dog was winning an award? And I was like, it's fair enough. It's the first dog. It's a trailblazing dog. Thank you. Thank you, Rob, and congratulations to Miss Eberlin. Next, I'll invite Mr. Landon Vinson to the stage to present our final Faculty Trailblazer Award. Landon?
Good afternoon. I'm honored to take a part in presenting a Trailblazer Award to a fantastic colleague. She's beyond deserving of this award. Her leadership and management abilities are exceptional. She's a champion of the OTC mission and strives to give those she leads all the tools that we need to be the best we can for our students in each program. She is student-centric and goes the extra mile to help each student reach their fullest potential. She continues to lead the development and implementation of the college's initiatives by helping each of us execute the current initiatives into our programs and classrooms. She works with each of us in the manufacturing department to implement curriculum to help develop our class schedules and our teaching assignments. She helps facilitate the long-range development and management needed to stay within the context of the college's vision, mission, and goals. She's always willing to listen and help provide unique learning opportunities for our students. She continually generates connections with local industry. She facilitates the annual Manufacturing Day, which coincides with the nationwide Manufacturing Day, brings in dozens of local businesses to have face-to-face interactions with students. These connections with industry add to our students' learning and their job placement opportunities. Her involvement with the Plaster Manufacturing Center has been extensive, and its success will be in part to her leadership and hard work. For the past 8 years, I've had the pleasure to call her a colleague, a supervisor, and most of all, my friend. The third Faculty Trailblazer Award goes to Miss Danelle Maxwell, Manufacturing Department Chair, for the second time in a row.
Congratulations to Miss Maxwell. Thank you, Mr. Vinson, for nominating her. That concludes the Faculty Awards. So next, I'll invite Miss Emily Holton to the stage to present our first Staff Trailblazer Award. Miss Holton?
Good afternoon. I'm honored to give this Trailblazer Award to one of the most deserving individuals at the college. He serves OTC by ensuring our facilities are always safe and clean for our students. But more than that, his leadership really shines in a crisis. Whether it's a snowstorm or COVID-19, he is never scared to roll up his sleeves and help us as we take care of what needs to be done. Personally, he has also had a huge impact on me. As my boss, he has always encouraged me to reach my goals. He pushed me to take advantage of the programs that OTC provides for full-time employees to take classes. He always wanted to know the outcome of every test, that once I completed my high set, he pushed me to think about what will come next in my career. I know I'm not the only one who he has encouraged in this way. So on behalf of all of his team members, I want to thank him for being an amazing, encouraging boss. You have not only helped us be great employees, but to grow in our team here at OTC. The first Staff Trailblazer Award goes to Mr. Raymond Wade, College Director of Facilities and Grounds.
great is that? If that doesn't give you a couple goosebumps, you shouldn't be working here, dang it. Congratulations, Raymond, and thank you, Emily, for nominating him. Next, I invite Mr. Philip Arnold to the stage to present our second Staff Trailblazer Award. Mr. Arnold.
Good afternoon. As a native Texan and a diehard Cowboys fan, this person embraces the phrase go big or go home because she doesn't approach any aspect of her work halfway, and she does so with enthusiasm that inspires those around her. In her role as an instructional designer for the Center of Academic Innovation, she works to support faculty in the development of excellent learning experiences for our students. And the results of her work can be seen in many of our programs here at OTC, including most recently, early childhood development, aviation, emergency management, and agriculture. She also has served as a leader of the Strategic Initiative 1 Goal 3 group, which is leading the charge to advance innovative practices that increase levels of student learning and success college-wide. Where there is an opportunity to improve the lives of students, she enthusiastically volunteers her time and talents. And a good example of this is the work she has done with the Tech Ed division as a tours work group leader, whose goals is to promote OTC's technical education programs and the new Plaster Center for Advanced Manufacturing. There are many other examples that illustrate her qualities as a leader, but I'll share a statement from someone who has worked closely with her that sums up her trailblazer spirit. From Marilyn Madden, Department Chair of Early Childhood Education, she, quote, was highly instrumental with support and knowledge and some heavy lifting during the successful NACI accreditation process. Not one time has she offered up to me a single negative thought or position on any myriad projects. Together with our ECD team, we created a model for our entire college. Innovative brilliance is a quality she wears well, end quote. I feel honored to work with her, and I'm incredibly pleased that she has been selected by her colleagues to receive this Trailblazer Award. I'm pleased to present the second Staff Trailblazer Award to Ms. Amy Schneider, Instructional Designer.
Congratulations, Amy. Thank you, Philip, for the nomination. Lastly, I'll invite Miss Renee Wade to the stage, and she'll present our final Staff Trailblazer Award. Ms. Wade.
Thank you. I am very honored to present a Trailblazer Blazer Award to a fantastic colleague. She is beyond deserving of this award. In 2 minutes, I cannot begin to describe and give justice to everything she does for OTC and our technical education manufacturing family. I believe everyone who works with her, including our students, will agree that she is very deserving of this award. I wasn't exactly sure what a college navigator's job description included. So I did some research and found our OTC job description, where it mentions phrases such as student-centered, student success, achieving educational and career goals, student needs, and consistency of students' experience and overall institutional success. This recipient has more than stepped right into her role and meets all of her job duties as a college navigator for our manufacturing family and manages to accomplish all of this criterion along with so much more. She has helped our manufacturing family in so many ways when it comes to advising our students, assisting with financial aid, and encouraging them to fulfill their educational goals. She is filling in the gaps that we have been missing over the years by making every aspect for our students' college experience a smooth transition. She is always smiling, friendly, and willing to help us and our students in any way that she can. Not only does she accomplish everything she does here at OTC, she is also a big sister to one of our very own middle college students and has been for many years. It's associates like this colleague that allows instructors to focus on what we do best and help our students in every step of the way in achieving their goals. With all that being said, most of all, this recipient is a genuinely great person. We are so lucky to have her on our team at OTC, and most importantly, in our manufacturing family. Please join me in congratulating Chelsea Forsey, Technical Education College Navigator, in being the recipient of a 2022 Trailblazer Award.
Congratulations to each of our Trailblazer Award winners. Although there were 6 winners today, there were actually 47 nominees. And I'd like to take just a moment to honor those nominees, because each of the names of a nominee represents a hardworking employee who has been recognized by their peers as exceptional. I don't know about you, but when I was voting for the winners a few weeks ago, I was repeatedly struck by how many wonderful people we work with. It's hard to choose between so many people that I respect and admire. Would you join me in giving a round of applause to all of our remarkable Trailblazer Award nominees? Thanks to each one of you that expressed your admiration for a colleague by nominating them for these awards. For me, sitting up on the stage in the corner there, watching them come to the bottom of the stairs, I feel like a proud papa, because I keep thinking, oh yes, it's another great winner. And most of them I know and couldn't agree with those choices more, and the ones I don't, I think, gosh, I've got to make a point to meet that person. They sound wonderful. So that's always one of my favorite parts of the program. Now we're nearing the end. There's really just one thing left to do, which is find out the winners of the 2022 Game Changer Grants. Mr. Simpson, do you have the results? Aha. Thank you, Mr. Simpson. You've cast your votes, and 3 of these innovative ideas are about to get the green light. Let's get right to it. To award the first Game Changer grant, I invite one of last year's winners, Mr. Grayson Forsey, to the stage to give us an update on his project, OZI's Digital Commons, that the college voted for last year. Mr. Forsey.
Greetings, everyone. A year ago, you voted to award a Game Changer grant to OZI's Digital Commons, which seeks to implement some VR and add upgrades to our Open Computer Lab at Springfield's campus. COVID kind of stuck around longer than we anticipated, so I wasn't able to get to the VR stuff, but I've been able to improve some of the quality of life features in our Open Computer Lab. We actually have dual monitors at all of the stations and adequate space for the students to work on their projects. And then now I'd like to present a brief trailer of VR experiences I've done over this last year and some things that will be coming this summer.
Like a classroom, but different. Bring an environment to your classroom, or take them while staying grounded. Expose your class to low-risk environments. Show your class what they've never seen before. Show your class something they've only dreamed of seeing. Shoot fire from your hands. Look at a problem from another perspective. Bring your class vision to life. Show your class real-world processes. Use your existing content. And here is a preview of experiences to come.
And the first Game Changer grant of 2022 goes to OTC Jazz Band, Phil Forrester.
Congratulations, Phil. I can't wait to hear our first jazz band performance. The next Game Changer grant will be announced by Dr. Morgan Presley, who's also a 2021 winner. She'll give us an update on the outdoor classroom that the college voted for last year and present the second winner. Dr. Presley?
Hello. Last year, we presented our proposal on building an outdoor classroom on campus, and through your gracious support, it was funded. We had a slight delay this year with the rise in material prices, but we plan on moving forward with the project as originally planned. As a reminder, we are planning on building concrete tables that are sustainable and weatherproof by South Creek, close to the bus stop on Springfield campus. Here are some renderings of what the classroom will look like. Thank you, Jonathan Statz, for these renderings. These renderings are meant to give you an idea of the scale of the classroom. We are imagining more tables than just benches, and we'll have enough table space to accommodate a typical size class. As you may recall, there are several benefits to having an outdoor classroom. For a biology department, for example, it provides easy access to South Creek to provide authentic and experiential learning opportunities. Studies have also shown that outdoor classrooms can increase student engagement and attention, support feelings of freedom and autonomy for students, improve student mental health, and improve academic achievement. We are looking forward to getting this project completed. Now it's time to pass the torch and find out who our next 2022 winner is. The winner of the second Game Changer grant is the Eagle's Nest, Vicki McDonald.
She left this up here, but I'll just save it for the posterity. I'll save it for the museum, I guess. That'll probably come down the line one of these years. While we have one more Game Changer grant to award, we actually have two more people to hear from. You may recall that Chancellor Higdon awarded a fourth winner last year. So let's learn more about both of these projects first. First, I'll invite 2021 winner, Mr. Tom Foley, to the stage to give us an update on the project called 3D Printing and IT Visibility. Mr. Foley.
Well, a big thank you to all of those who supported and voted for our project. The primary focus of our project was to take the concepts of 3D printing and advanced manufacturing that we teach our students every day, take those concepts out of the classroom, apply them to solve real-world problems, and then circle back and have conversations, open conversations with our networking technology instructors and show them our creative solutions to these problems. The second focus of our project was to overcome the rising costs of products and shipping by manufacturing our own brackets, various mounts and connectors, all while saving the college money. In July, when the grant money was awarded, we spent about $5,000 and purchased the 3D printer and equipment and materials to get the project up and running off the ground. The printer couldn't have arrived at a more opportunistic time. When it did arrive, we set it up and we're in the middle of the plaza redesign project. We quickly printed some brackets, got those installed in the plaza, and then pivoted and moved into the Norman K. Myers building, where we were in the middle of helping with the security upgrades and also renovating classroom space into offices. Most recently, we've printed various brackets and parts for the esports room. To date, we have saved the college roughly $6,000 by manufacturing our own parts rather than purchasing them from third party. Looking to the future, we will be purchasing more material and parts to keep the printer up and running. And our projections with the projects that are already slated for the future, we project we will save an additional $30,000 by manufacturing our own parts. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Tom. That's very, very cool. Now, to present the final 2022 Game Changer Grant Award and give an update on their winning proposal, Eagle Pride Student Showcase, I'll welcome back Ms. Renee Wade.
Sorry, very short. I can't believe it's already been a year since our Eagle Pride Student Showcase was a recipient of the Game Changer Grant. Again, we thank you very much for that. I'm happy to say we are on budget, but I can't say the same for the time schedule. I have to admit it's been slow going as all contractors are extremely busy. We are lucky that even though construction materials have skyrocketed, we were able to make some slight adjustments to the budget. We finally received the bids needed, and the contract for the cabinets has been awarded. They should be ready in 4 to 6 weeks. The lighting has been completed, the signage is being ordered, the video equipment has been purchased, and the process for submittal of projects is being set up. In case you have forgotten what the Eagle Pride Student Showcase is, let's do a quick review. The project will be a centralized location to display student projects and work from all programs and campuses. The project will utilize the current cubbies that are in the southwest corner of the Commons area. We will have an open display case with varying sizes of openings to give a variety of display options. Above the cabinet, there will be signage that reads Eagle Pride Student Showcase. There is a short wall that is on the north side of the cubbies that will also be used for display area. On the back wall, which is the east side of the cubbies, we will be adding another display case and the same signage. There will be parts of the cabinets that are lockable for security. We are creating a removable nameplate for the nearly 50 OTC programs and pathways that will have a scannable QR code that links to the program pathway website. There will be a sign-up system to submit work for the displays. We will align the display updates with the 8-week block course schedule. If you are fortunate or potentially unfortunate, you might remember our skit that won all of us an Emmy last year. If you remember our skit, in the final line of the skit, we can now check off where we are at currently. The dream becomes a vision, check. The vision becomes a plan, check. The plan becomes a reality, check. Reality becomes our students' Eagle Pride Student Showcase. We are almost there. Now it's time to pass the torch and find out who our last 2022 winner is. The winner of the third Game Changer Grant is Enhanced Lactation Rooms, Kevin Lubring and team.
Thank you, Renee, for your report, and thank you for presenting the award. Congratulations to the Enhanced Lactation Room team. Evidently, it was a group effort. It's now my honor to introduce a truly innovative leader, your Chancellor, Dr. Hal Higdon.
Thanks, Rob, and I hate that we're not all in person because it's really been fun being in the room here. And my goal for next year is we're all together doing this, and hopefully we're not battling the same things we've been battling for the last 2 years. You know, when you face difficult times, being innovative is sometimes easy because you're being innovative dealing with a difficulty. But what you see today, and last year is even though we've been going through COVID, these innovations have really not been about COVID. They've been about innovations. And Rob mentioned when he started about starting classes in 1991. The college was founded in 1990. And for the first few years, it was really trying to survive, get students registered, more showing up than we had space for, and really basically doing what you have to do to serve those that we want to serve. As we've matured as an institution, now in our 32nd year, now you're seeing the fine-tuning of the institution. Things like adding esports, things like adding a jazz band, which as a former musician, and I do say former, I'm not interested in coming out of retirement, I can't wait for the jazz band. But you're seeing the college mature, and you're seeing it through an innovative process. These innovations that we've done, I look at what Rob and his group have done down at Richwood Valley with agriculture in the innovative way, and the way it's growing, their program is just booming. I look at all these different game changer grants. I look at Eagle Breakfast, which was not a winner, but we funded it anyway, and then what a great thing to do as COVID came in. So I'm just extremely proud of the maturity of the college. I think of myself now at 60, as I look back when I was in my early 30s, I was really innovative, I just wasn't very smart. I think I'm smarter now, and I think I'm more innovative now, but I'm a little smarter as I do it. And I think the college is that perfect spot of where we have done the things we had to do. The college grew quickly, and we put all of our energy into classrooms, labs, and other things. We now have a very different student body. Our student body is 20 years old on average. We know we have a declining high school population in the coming years. We're going to have to be really innovative to survive. And we're going to have to be truly innovative to thrive. I am sure of both of those things. We have competitors across the state and the nation who are not. In a few years, there'll be fewer community colleges, fewer private universities, fewer public universities. OTC will not be in the fewer. We will be in the growth and sustainability. And there's some things we have to do. And one of those we heard about today. Vicki, you talked about student space. We know at every campus and center we need more student space. Your cabinet is talking almost weekly about how we can get more student space everywhere. And one of the things we have coming down the pike is a student success building right out in front of the campus on Springfield. It'll happen sooner than you think, and we're going to have to be innovative because students are telling us they want to hang out, they want to study, they want to play esports, they want to sing, they want to be in band. So as we go into next year, think about your game changer grants, about what you're going to do to help the college mature in its service to students. Remembering our 4 pillars. Is it student-centered? Is it holistic? Is it data-driven? And is it proactive? Everything we saw today was. I want to congratulate all the grant winners. I want to congratulate the people who were recognized today. Every one of them were truly deserving. I'm proud of this college. I'm proud that I'm almost finished with my 16th year, and if you'll have me, I'm looking forward to my 17th year, and it's going to be a great year. And thank you, Rob, for doing such a good job. And everybody needs to give Sarah Bargo and her team a big round of applause.
Thank you, Dr. Higdon. It's my hope that each of you leave today feeling inspired. When you have ideas, maybe start writing them down and prepare to be a part of the celebration next year. To kind of echo that theme, everyone will receive an Innovation Celebration journal to help you get started on your next big idea that could change the college and the student experience. Springfield employees can pick those up at the OTC bookstore, and they're already being distributed to employees at all other OTC locations. You know, we showed that video at the beginning. It was moving to me, partly because of the amazing voiceover work, which I thought was big. but also because if you look at those pictures of really kind of sad, tired facilities in the first days, Dr. Higdon and I just spoke over the break. They had nothing. I mean, they sort of, let's start a college from scratch. What a courageous moment. And so I think we find ourselves at another courageous moment today, as it seems like this institution does frequently. We've given a number of awards today. We celebrated your game-changing ideas, your trailblazing spirit, and your care for students. I suspect we'll need all those again. The market is changing. Dr. Higdon has told us repeatedly that we cannot wait for students to come from high school because high school graduating classes are smaller. We need to go find them in the workplace. That sounds a little scary to me. That's a little bit challenging. But I recognize that by being part of this institution, by partnering with you guys, I enter into a proud tradition of people who for 32 years have been finding a new way to do it. On behalf of the people of Southwest Missouri, on behalf of our students, we keep innovating. Thank you so much.